We're going to do a demo for exercise 4-1, format the Town Hall homepage. That's at the back of chapter 4 in your textbook. Remember, you have the solution in your files. This is just to kind of give you a little background about what's going on. All right, so this is the page that we want it to look like when we're done. And it wants you to open up your c4index.html file that you go to exercises folder, Town Hall 1, and then open up your index. And then next you're going to go in your same exercises folder in the Town Hall 1 templates, and then open up basic.html. All right, so I have those open up over here. What it wants you to do is copy the third link element from the head section in your basic file. So right here, 1, 2, 3, line 9, I have highlighted here. You're going to copy that. This is basically the template of what a link should be typed out. The only thing missing is the actual name of the CSS file that you're going to link to your HTML document. So we're going to copy that, go over to our index file, and then up here in the head section, that's where we have all our links. That's where you're going to paste it there. And then it tells you to make sure that it leads to the C4_main style sheet that is in the styles folder. So make sure you put styles/C4_main, and then you already have the .css there. Okay, so we did that. I'll get that out of the way. All right, the next one. You're going to go into exercises folder, Town Hall 1, into the styles folder, and then open up c4_main.css. So that's what you just linked your HTML document to. All right, so that's this file right here. Okay, so you have code in here. We're going to add 2 style rules, number 5 for the header. The first one's for the H2. So notice the first things I'm going to point out is we've got on line 6, down here on line 18, we've got comments organizing the styles on this page so it's easy to find things. So this first section is styles for the elements on the entire page. So anything that's going to apply to the entire document itself. So anything in the body, font sizes, font family, right here, font size 100%. This means whatever the user's computer font is set to. Remember, if some people have difficulty reading, seeing small print, they'll make it larger. So whatever the size they have as standard, then the body should be 100%. So whatever that is, that's the size it should be. We'll get back to focus in just a minute, but for the styles for the header, number 5 here, it asks you to have a header 2. So you're going to type this in there. This says the font size is going to be 170%. So it's 70% more larger than what your standard font is. The color is going to be like this reddish color and indented 30 pixels. Okay. So wherever inside the header element on the page, wherever there's H2 tags, this is going to apply. Also, same thing inside a header element. If you have an H3 tag, then you're going to have the font size slightly larger than normal. So 130%, it's going to be italics and indented at 30%. Okay. Number 6, you're going to test it and make sure. So here's my page. Remember, you're going to save that. Click on the lightning bolt, open up your browser, and then when you hover over the links here that not that yet, but when you should see the different sizes of the fonts for the headers. Sorry, the next one is number 7, your style rule. That's going to italicize any link that has focus or has the mouse hovering over it. So we're going to go back up here to the section that has elements and CSS styles for the entire body, because we want every link to do this. So if a link starts with an A tag, has a focus, or you're hovering over it, you want the font style to be set to italic. Okay, so you're going to type that in there and then save it. And then in your browser, that's when you should see, if you hover over these links, do you see how they italicize? All right. Okay, number 8, you're going to add a style rule that centers the P tag in the footer. All right, so I'm going to scroll all the way down. Again, we're on our style sheet. Scroll all the way down. You have a line 57 or thereabouts with a comment for the styles for the footer, but you don't have anything there. You're going to type this in here. This says, on the document, anywhere there's a footer element with a P tag for paragraph, you want that text to be aligned center. And so what that will do then is align any of that text in that footer paragraph to the center. All right, so you're going to test those changes, make sure they work, and they do, so we're good. Next, number 10, display the page in Chrome, which we have it open in Chrome. Press the F12 key to display the developer tools. So if I'm in Chrome right here, and I'm going to press F12, and let me get that, there we go, F12. So I get some developer tools here that pop up. So I can see lots of things happening over here on the side. And I get some highlights from Chrome updates, all kinds of things going on here. All right, so it says in number 10, next, expand the main element in the elements pane. So I'm in the elements pane here, and I'm going to make this larger actually so I can see a little bit more what's going on. Okay, I had to take a minute to get my pages set up because I didn't have enough room on here with the instructions. All right, so back to number 10. You're in Chrome. You're going to press the F12 key to display the developer tools. And here's all our tools on the right-hand side. Then it says to expand the main element in the elements pane. So right up here, we have our elements here, and inside the body is where we find our main. Okay, and so here, if it's closed like this, you just click the arrow and it expands it, and you can see everything that's inside there. All right, and then it says to click on one of the H2 elements. So let's just click on mission. All right, so we have our mission. Number 11, you can see the styles down here for the H2. They're all listed down below here. We have the H2 that are inside the main. We have the H2 that's for the entire body. So you can have what's called one style override another. So you can see here the font size style for the body element in the main style sheet and the H2 element in the user agent style sheet are overridden. Okay, so we've got the main is 130%. And then we've got our H2 here has some things, margin inline, font weight, etc. But if we go into like our header H2, so go up here to H2 San Joaquin Valley Town Hall, you can see that the header H2 is 175%. Okay, so it's clearly overridden. Like if I'm in the body here, it says the font size is 100%. So cascading style sheets are just that. They cascade. You have your main, larger, think global, across the entire body, how you want things to style, such as a font size. And then you can drill down even further by element and give a different font size. If you want to do an H2, maybe you want to drill down deeper and do an H3 that has a different font size. So you can see that they cascade. It'll cross out the, right here, the 1.17M, and then it becomes 130% instead of the 170. So that's how they do. They cascade down. Let's see. But you can see that they're similar. Like when I clicked on body, I could see all of those main. You can see them. And as I do this, I can click on this little square with the arrow Click on one of these, it highlights it over on the left. And then also I can see other information here. So on this paragraph tag, I can see that has dropped down telling me color, font, margin, and so forth. So that's the way I can see things quickly. All right, so I'm going to close it by clicking on this X. I'm going to resize this back down to a smaller size so I can see my files. All right, so number 15 says to add a text shadow to the 75th. So this 75th right here to get this text shadow in the second heading in the header. Okay, so to start, you have to enclose that 75th in the HTML. So let's go back to the HTML page and find that 75th. And we need to enclose it with a class attribute that has the value of shadow. Okay, so right here we have span, open close span there, and then inside we have a class equals shadow. We should have already had the these tags in here as well. Then when we go back over to our styles, we're going to create that style rule for that. So we'll go back up here and notice here we have our shadow, and that is inside the styles for the header because 75th is part of this header section of the page. So you just add it down here underneath header image. You put the dot, the period for class, and then shadow, the name of it. And then we're going to have the text shadow, 2 pixels, 2 pixel, 2 pixel. And then we want a code declaration that adds a shadow to the text with that 8, all of that. So let's take this out here. We're going to put in our, I think that's it. Get rid of that V. Okay, hover, yes, it's that red. Okay, and I think that's it. Command save. You can see we've got that red shadow behind that. And so then it also says you can experiment with a CSS variable. So create a custom property named global-color-1 and assign it a value of, and then the selector should be for the root element. And then you use that custom property as the value of any property within the color value and test that change. Then you can change the custom property to another hex value after you check that. So you can see right up here, we have our root global color. Okay, so that's what we had inside here. We had a variable for that global color before. And so I'm going to get that back in there. So everywhere that we would put a normal color like this, we're going to put this here. Our global color. Get rid of this. And so our header 2 is there. So let's just test it. Let's change this to, what did it say? 4D 2080. 4D 0080. Okay. Command save. What is that color supposed to be? If I hover, it's supposed to be a purple. And look, turns to purple. Okay, but notice I didn't change the one down here for the shadow. So it stayed exactly that red. Hex code 800000. Okay, that I believe is it.